Hello, we are Conart Flyinpie, and welcome to Slice of the Week, episode 2. Wow.
Episode 2.
Our second
Nobody
slice.
thought that we were gonna make a second video on this.
Didn't you?
I bet. But I bet no one thought we would
Oh,
continue it.
really? Oh, we
Yeah.
can,
Because we've only uploaded like one, and then...
I suppose. But we did call it Slice of the Week. I guess like we're implying that it's going to be weekly.
Yeah.
And we did keep up a daily series for like, I guess half a year.
Jeez.
I know, we've proven some sense of consistency.
Half a year.
Half a year.
Where did that time go?
Just into League, into Riot, into this corrupt corporation.
I don't even know what happened, like, because, yeah, I was working, and, like, so many days are just the same and blur together.
Yeah.
Like, the whole time from around, I think it was, like, end of January to about, June?
Yeah.
Yeah, to June.
Summertime.
I don't remember anything about it.
But not like a single
that,
memorable day.
I know that, like, Easter happened and stuff like that, but I don't remember doing, like, anything in particular that was, like, amazing. I don't know why. It's probably because every day is the same, like, to the point where, like, you work and then go home and then we played League.
Yeah. It's
And
like
the same
really...
frustrating, freaking hell, the same frustrations every game where the team is just terrible. They're good with their champions. They're just terrible team players.
Yeah.
And then we just lose. So yeah, that time I just don't remember anything.
No, you're right. It was very, very routine.
Freaking yeah.
Yeah. But
So
with this
that was-
being... Sorry. No?
It wasn't very interesting.
No.
Yep, go for it.
No. Right, well, with this being our second slice of the week, we mentioned in the first one that it was very organised, very structured. You know, we had like a topic list and things we wanted to talk about. And this time we have none of those things. Like, we're just completely improvising this.
Yeah, this is freestyling.
Man, it's a no holds barred. Which means we can just talk about anything and everything. There's no, like, guidelines.
I do actually have a story that is really hilarious.
Oh, nice. Go ahead.
So I had people come round last night, and we were just sitting in the kitchen, drinking and listening to music and chatting and stuff.
Nice.
And then I live on a street where, like, my house is literally on the front of the street. Like, I don't really have a doorstep. It is the street
Yeah,
straight
just a
away.
road.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
really old English house, so it's like right on the pavement. So we were just like, chilling, and this guy pops up in the window, and he's like, "Hey," like, and then he starts like dancing to the music, like really weirdly, and we were like, "Who are you?" And he's like, "I'm the vegetarian rapper."
What?
Yeah. And he was like, "Yeah, I'm the vegetarian rapper," and we were like, "Rap for us, then, do a bit of freestyling rapping." And yeah, he started rapping, and then he was like, and then we just like let him in to talk to him
Really?
because
You
he was
let him
out there
in?
for like, yeah, we let him in
Wow.
after like 2 minutes of talking to him, and like him just like rapping and like dancing and just like, who is this person? So then he comes in, and he has this t-shirt on that says "Don't eat chicken," and he's like, "Don't eat chicken, everyone. Don't eat chicken. I'm the vegetarian rapper. Don't
Like,
eat chicken."
Chicken specifically?
Yeah, just chicken.
That's
Like
odd.
he's like a meat, like I think he like hates meat or something. And then he was going on about like, you shouldn't eat chicken and all of this stuff, and he's like, "Oh, I don't want to really explain it. I don't want to like ruin your night, but there's these parasites in your stomach
Oh,
that when
wow.
you eat chicken, it's like really bad for you." And he's
What?
like,
Sorry,
and he was like, just the "don't eat chicken" guy. Like, he just kept mentioning that you shouldn't eat chicken.
the don't eat chicken rapper.
And he had his own shirt on it saying, "Don't eat chicken."
Wow. And he just
Yeah,
like
the shirt
shows
on.
up outside your house, like
Yeah.
it just raps
He had
for
it
you,
print it.
and then like comes in your house and just tells you not to eat chicken.
And then he added like 2 people on Facebook, and then they looked at he had his own Facebook page with him freestyling rapping about "don't eat meat because it's bad."
Weren't you ill
So, yeah.
yesterday as well?
Yeah.
Well, like he warned
That
you,
was
he told
after.
you not to eat chicken.
Yeah, and I frickin' ate chicken that night
Yeah.
as well.
He predicted the future, dude. He's like some sort of wizard.
Yeah. He's a magical wizard. I don't know what he was on, but he was like crazy.
I was gonna say, did he seem like he was on something like drugs or drink or something?
No, he said that he doesn't like. We were like, "Are you like? Have you been drinking or something?" And he's like, "Nope, I don't. You know, I don't drink. I don't take drugs. I don't eat chicken. Like,
Yeah.
I don't do anything bad. I eat black rice and vegetables, lots of vegetables every day."
Yeah.
It's like what the hell? So yeah, there was a don't eat chicken vegetarian rapper that just like said hello for some reason.
I'm surprised you let him in your house. Like, I would just run a mile. I wouldn't let him anywhere near.
Yeah, but like our front window is right on the street, so
Yeah.
like he was hanging around there anyway, and we'd spoken to him for a while, and he seemed alright. He didn't seem like he was like completely nuts. We wouldn't usually do that, but
Yeah.
and he just like add me on Facebook. I'm the vegetarian rapper. Don't eat chicken.
That like defies everything that rap is. Like it's all about like, you know, money and women and just being a gangster. It's like, don't eat me.
Yep.
How
It's
can you rap
it's
about
the
that?
new wave. The new wave of rapping. Veggie rapping. Veggie rap.
I like that. Veggie rap.
Vegetarian rap.
Oh, that's good.
Frickin'.
It seems like he would be like a good talker in a school or something, you know. It's like, today's assembly, it's the veggie rap. It's like, yo, 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 kids, don't eat meat.
Don't
your
eat
greens."
chicken.
Yeah.
So yeah, that happened. That was
Wow.
really weird. And,
Sounds it.
Yeah.
Gosh
You,
damn.
you just get that where I live. You just get like random people doing stuff. You always get like random people looking through the window and then dancing.
It's one of the benefits of like living high up in a flat is that no one's ever gonna bang on my window.
Yeah. It's quite weird. At first, like the first couple of times it happened, it was like, what are you doing? You're knocking on someone's window, like their house.
Yeah.
You know, it's nothing to do with you. That's a bit like invasion of privacy. But
Sure,
then
even,
it's
like-
just like, it's alright now.
Yeah.
Like you just get used to living in a house which is on the front doorstep of the street.
Wow. Even just like
So-
the window though, and not the road. Not the road, sorry, the door. Like if you want to speak to someone, you knock on their door. You don't like just bang on the window.
Yeah. It's because the window is like right bang in the centre, like completely opposite to the kitchen table, dinner table.
Oh, so like you can see.
So like
all-
everyone's yeah. So they look through and they see loads of people having a good time, and then they just decide to like dance and stuff outside the window. A lot
That's
of people
really
just
freaking
stop
weird.
and dance outside the window.
Yeah. Like I've
yeah.
heard parties in my neighbour's house, just like across the street, and like I can look out my window and like see their garden. Like they're clearly having a party, but like I wouldn't just go to their door, knock on it, and be like just dancing. Be like, yo, yeah, how you doing? I'm a rapper. That's
Yeah.
just weird. Like,
That
was he
was
old?
weird.
Did he seem like a sort of old hippie kind of dude?
Nah, he seemed like he was in his like 30s, early 30s.
Yeah.
It's quite young, really. Yeah. So yeah, that just happens here. Which is an
That's-
interesting bonus to living in this area.
That is really, really strange. Yeah.
Frickin' don't eat chicken.
Gosh damn, I feel like I need to tell like an interesting story now, and like I just can't. Like, it's just nothing interesting.
Also, another story.
Yeah, oh wow, you're on a ball. On
Yeah.
a ball? That's not the phrase. but
Well, you already
carry on.
know the story, but I just
Okay.
want to repeat and share the fact that I made friends with the Pantheon
Ah,
in the league game.
yeah,
was
that
it
was
yesterday?
A weird game. It was yesterday, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it was like a
I was
complete
farming at the start of the game, and then we just decided not to hit each other, and I was like, okay,
like,
I'll
like
hit
you didn't
him,
say
and
it in
he hits
chat
me.
or anything. It just sort of happened. Like
No.
you just happened not to hit each
Yeah.
other.
So usually what happens at the start of a game for me is that people don't hit each other just for like the first few waves sometimes,
Yeah, just like for the
and
first
then as
couple
soon
levels.
as they get but because the waves are like completely linear and like they're not unbalanced at all.
Yeah.
But on the second wave coming in and the third wave, they start to like go back and forth more. So you
Yeah,
could be in a
gotta shape
different
them.
area. If they feel pushed back, then they're gonna attack you. But yeah, he just didn't attack me, and then we just decided to just proxy each
Yeah.
other. We just stood. He stood next to my tower, and I stood next to his. We just farmed.
Yeah,
And,
I was
uh,
playing support as well. Like I just looked up and like you were near his tower and he was near your tower. And it's like, what's going on there? Like, I just look up and like you're both just hitting minions. It's like just so passive.
And I got like really high level. Like, I got a level above him
Yeah,
because he
you were
was
out
really
farming.
terrible at farming. I got like 50 more farm than him in the end, I think, something like that.
Yeah, I think you were at like 160, 170, and he was like 115 or something.
Yeah. So he wasn't doing great, but I decided not to attack him the whole game then.
Yeah.
And
Our jungler like tried to gank for you, and like I think the Pantheon died a couple times, but like you just weren't involved in it at all.
yeah,
You went
I
out of
walked
your
away
way
while
to
I warned
not.
him.
Yeah, yeah.
I typed in all chat, watch out.
Yeah. And then you typed sorry after he died.
Yeah.
Please excuse
And he
my
was like,
team. I'm
"Never
trying to be a
mind."
nice guy.
Oh yeah, yeah. So then Rengar ganked me, and then he
Yeah.
just walked into river, and I killed Rengar because
Yeah.
I was like really well. Like I didn't have amazing items. I only had a Blade of the Ruined King, and we were like level 14 or whatever.
Yeah, it was quite
So
good.
like I was under on items, and I had like 3 grand. So I was gonna go back anyway.
Yeah.
But then Rengar came along, and then it was really weird because he just like started to go for me completely, and then Pantheon just walked into river, and then I just acted like I was weaker than him, and then just turned around and backed him.
Wow. That was such a
And
strange
Pantheon
lane.
then came back later
Yeah, like, you
after
just didn't-
Rengar died. He came back.
You just didn't even like recall. You just stayed in lane for like ever, just farming and not hitting each
Yeah.
other.
We didn't need items really.
No.
His first back was a Ravenous Hydra. My first back was a Blade of the Ruined King.
He's just outright.
My second back was Berserker's Greaves and a Static Shiv.
Yeah, you were Trinity, so I don't know if that was mentioned.
Yeah, Trinity. So yeah, I could turn it around pretty quick. And he got so low at one point, didn't he?
Yeah, I was looking at your lane and like he was
I could have
practically
literally
just
won
dying
him.
to minions. Yeah.
Yeah, I could have won him, but I decided not to. And I was like, no, I'm not going to. And you were like, do it, you've got to do
Yeah.
it. And then he gave me a Rengar kill later, so it was all worked out in the end.
He handed you a kitty cat on a plate.
Yeah, and then they surrendered,
Yeah, they did.
which was a shame.
Yeah. And then
Love
like you
that.
and Pantheon added each other after.
Yeah, and we're gonna play a game sometime.
Yeah. That's unbelievable. The Twitch I laned with added me as well, but I declined him. Something like that.
He was like, oh, you're a really good support, you should play with me sometime. Please
Yeah.
play with me, please.
Yeah, and then he was like being a dick in all chat. He was like, "Oh, this is so easy. You guys should surrender." Just not on.
Yeah, he doesn't deserve your
No,
acceptance.
my support carry.
Yeah,
He was quite
So, yeah.
bad as well, actually. Like he would just burn his summoner spells just for like funsies.
yeah. I
I
don't
don't
think I
wanna
used
make
my
one.
summoner spells that game.
No, maybe
I
you
used
used like your
teleport.
teleport to get back to
Yeah.
lane. Yeah.
Because I would have missed a wave of minions then.
Yeah.
So like I managed to recall, buy all my stuff, and then come back in the time that the wave got there. Because Pantheon had just like we'd been farming straight from the waves as soon as they come out of turret range.
Yeah, literally.
So I managed to just get continual farm.
That's crazy.
It was great. I must have missed only like 10 minions that game.
Yeah, it was basically just like a free lane for you and Pantheon.
Yeah, because we didn't let our minions like get close together,
Yeah.
so they didn't like damage each other and like knock you off. You can just like just use all your abilities.
Yeah.
Easy money.
Freela.
Yeah, only league was always that simple.
That happened to me once before, like the top lane bro lane, but like this is one of the reasons why I wanted you to kill the dude, because I'm still salty about this experience to this day. I was Olaf, and it was like one of my first times playing Olaf, and like I don't play a lot of top lane, I'm a support main. And then I was up against the Nasus, and I was like, alright, we can just have a bro lane, I'll let you farm, you let me farm, and it'll be cool, we'll both just be late game monsters. And so I did, like the first 20 minutes we just like didn't hit each other, just killed minions. But of course I'm Olaf, and he's Nasus. And so like he was just stacking up and stacking up. And then like at some point he just decided to one-shot me. It was like, oh okay, like I see how this was.
Yeah,
He
that's
used me
why
for farm.
I would have killed him if he was an Nasus.
Yeah.
Because it was the reason why I didn't kill him was because he's Pantheon. If he had any stacking things, like even if he was Viger or something like that,
Yeah.
I'd still kill him.
That's one of
Because
the reasons
that's what
I was-
Nasus try to do, is be
Yeah.
really passive and ignore you.
I let him do it. It was my mistake.
Freaking love Nasus, such a good champion, so balanced.
I hate him.
You put the
honestly.
work in, and then you just get so much reward.
Yeah.
Easily the strongest champ in the game if you actually get a chance to play him properly.
What about Fizz?
You can still beat Fizz.
I don't know about that.
Well, think about it, Nasus just builds straight tank, so he won't die with all of Fizz's abilities.
Yeah, like
He
I'm
won't
thinking
die
like
in the first set of cooldowns, but in the second set of cooldowns he'll die. But then with Qs, it's just like you one-shot Fizz with
I
Qs.
suppose.
So
I was just thinking in terms of like the entire game, like laning phase, Fizz was just dumpster Nasus, and like Nasus just
Oh,
wouldn't be
yeah,
able to
yeah.
get off the ground.
yeah, I'm talking like full build, like a
Yeah.
Nasus that actually gets a chance to farm is the strongest champion in the game because it's like if he actually gets a chance to farm, you build straight tank. And the reason why they put tank items in the game is so you don't die, but you don't do damage. So
Yeah.
the people who do damage are gonna, it's gonna level itself out because it takes ages for them to kill you, but they've got loads of damage.
Yeah. There is like an upcoming patch I think that might be out now, I'm not sure, where they're like really buffing bruiser champions, so like Skarner, Darius, Garen and Mordekaiser are all getting like huge buffs. Whereas like Riot have said like, okay, these guys are tanks, they don't really have any utility, they don't have great mobility. Also, we're gonna give them a massive health bar and tons of damage, like more so than they do now. And like they've all just got massive buffs and are gonna be monsters.
What is it? Items or?
No, it's like their abilities and stuff are being kind of tweaked.
Oh right. I hope
Yeah.
Nasus's do. The stacks are easier to get. Well, everyone would play Nasus. The stacks on that thing is so funny when you just see a Nasus one-shot someone after he's just been stacking all game.
As long as he's on your team, it is, yeah.
Yeah, I just find it hilarious. Getting stacks. Get a stack on Baron. How many stacks is Baron worth?
I think it's only like 5 or something, isn't it? I'm not sure, like
Yeah,
I just don't
I think
play
it just
Nasus.
counts as a large monster.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I think large monsters like 4 stacks probably.
Yeah. Seems like kind of a waste, honestly. You know, if you can queue Baron to death, you deserve more than just 4 stacks.
Yeah, it should be really that Baron gives you like 50 stacks or something ridiculous.
Yeah, because like...
Because that would be like a really cool objective to try and get, because obviously the other team can smite it and...
Yeah, like, you
there's
don't
tons
take
of other
many
Baron
Barons
enemies.
per game.
Yeah, exactly. So if you had like a massive reward for it, it would be so fun.
Yeah.
Because you could do it once with your team, and then Nasus would be able to solo Baron afterwards.
Yeah, that's true, like you would get to a certain point where you could just 1v1 Baron. Well, just
I've
in all
noticed
chat,
that
like, 1v1 me Baron in River.
Yeah. I've noticed that Baron's actually stronger as well. Like tons stronger than I thought he was.
Yeah, Baron does hit like a brick.
Which is interesting.
Man.
He's changed. This ability is really annoying.
He used to be so cool, man, but he changed.
Yeah.
He went to
Well,
college and
people
he
used to
changed.
get it more, but people don't really get Baron anymore.
No. I think they do more so in like professional play, like it's kind of a real legit objective.
Yeah.
But like just in solo queue and stuff is just kind of like, I guess teams just aren't coordinated enough to like team up and go for it.
Yeah, it's true.
Because you'll have like 4 people standing in the pit being like, yo, help us, and the jungler will just be like diving 3 towers bot lane, like, what? Let's just not get Baron then.
Bran.
Bran
Good old
sure.
Bran.
Was that my Smurf's name at some point? Like one of my Smurf accounts was called like Baron Nash, like Baron Nasher or something, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Something along
I think
those-
so.
Oh, Baron the Nasher, I think it was.
Yeah.
But I spelled it wrong because I'm a genius.
I need an NA account.
What would you
and
call
I
it?
can destroy everyone. I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't know what I call it.
I'm pretty sure I do have an NA account actually, but like my ping would just be stupid on it.
PBE is NA, isn't it?
Yeah, I have a PBE account as well. That is in NA. My
There you
ping's
go.
like between 180 to sort of 200. It's playable,
nice.
but it's not nice.
It's playable. You got like a 2-second reaction time on it.
It's about that. So moving on from that, then, how's about this for a topic for you? Where did the name Flyinpie come from? I kind of figure like I honestly wanted to do this in episode 1, but then like we just never got around to doing it because I forgot about it. Like to tell people where our names came from.
I have no idea where my name came from. It's my RuneScape name. That was where I got it.
If
My first RuneScape name was that.
Flyinpie.
Yeah, I don't even play RuneScape. Like, well, I did, but I played it like on and off, very on and off.
Yeah.
And that was when I was in primary school. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. That was when like RuneScape was all hype.
Yeah, so everyone was doing RuneScape, and yeah. So I gave up on RuneScape and kept the name. I don't know why.
Yeah. What inspired the name though? Like, where did Flyinpie come from?
I have no idea.
No? Not like a TV
Yeah.
show you were watching or something you were like, hey, that's Flyinpie, that's a good idea.
I don't even know.
Wow.
I literally don't know.
The origin of your own name was
I
a
don't-
mystery.
It is a mystery.
Wow.
Why did I name myself that? I was just playing RuneScape and I was really young, so
Yeah.
what would I? Yeah.
I think the thing specifically that like I just really wonder about is why you decided to drop the G. Why it's Flyinpie. Why there's no
Because
G in
I was at that age
it.
where you just make like douchebag edits. At least I didn't put like X's by the side of it. I did none of that. I've never done that.
Man, can you imagine XX Flyinpie XX?
Snipers 360.
Noob Killer Flyinpie 360.
Yeah, I never had any of those names. So I
That's
didn't really
for the
play
best.
games anyway. So, like
Yeah.
games that needed usernames anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
Until kind of recently, and then I just used my RuneScape one. Because I always used Flyinpie. Used it for like Adventure Quest afterwards. Yeah, that's a game.
I've never even heard of that, honestly.
Adventure Quest. Frickin' Adventure. I bet it's still going.
Yeah. Alright, while you're searching for that then, I'll explain my name. Because Conart, C-O-N-A-R-T. My birth name is Conor, it's C-O-N-N-O-R. And I was born and raised in Bristol, which has a pretty regional accent, I think you'd say. Like, can you agree that Bristol has like a kind of farmery regional accent?
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Yeah, exactly. That's where I'm going with this. Is that the British accent? Oh, not the British. Sorry, the Bristolian accent is terrible, and people tend to really overpronounce the letter R in particular. And so, with my name happening to end in an R, you know, people would pronounce it as like Conor, and it sounded terrible. Honestly, I hated the sound of my own name.
Connor.
Exactly. So I was like, all right, I need to think of a name for like a username that I can use for stuff. And my birth name is terrible, but it's not bad, you know, like just the last 3 letters that I think could do with changing, like just the ner part that everyone overpronounces. It's like, okay, I'll keep the con, and they're like, what do I want to do with these last 3 letters? Like, okay, what am I interested in? You know, what do I enjoy? I enjoy art. You know, it's a reasonable go-to. And so from there, Conart was born. I've stuck with it ever since.
It's a good one.
Yeah, ironically, it still has an R in it, so people can't say like Conart, you know, like it's.
Connor.
You could still mess it up, but yeah. And I found out like about a year ago that Conard in French means a swear word, which I completely didn't know at the time of making the name.
What does it mean?
C-O-N-N-A-R-D in French, Conard.
Yeah.
It means motherfucker. Yeah.
At least they're not really similar.
That's true.
Oh, that's funny. You should have named yourself that.
Yeah. Completely unintentional. Like, I would have probably been about 10 when I came up with Conart. No, maybe older, sorry. I'd probably been like 13, 14.
When was it? When did you first use it?
The first time I remember using it was in science class when we had, you know, do you remember those little like touchpad things we had that like that you would use on the board and it would kind of be like some sort of game show thing? Like,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and like we all could like have nicknames for that, and like the whole class would seem to have these like incredible nicknames that like really suited them and like were really, really good nicknames. And I would just be like, "What the hell can I call myself?" And
Wow.
I was like, Conor.
So I had my username before yours. Flyinpie's older than you. Conart.
Fun fact though, the channel originally 3 years ago when it was created was gonna be Conart Mellow. Like, I'm pretty sure we started some recordings, be like, hello, you know, we're Conart Mellow and welcome to...
Yeah, I changed for some reason. I wanted to make a new name for YouTube.
Yeah, and literally, I made the account. Like, Conart Mellow is our account. We have access to it. And I was about to upload a video on it, and you sent me a message being like, yo, dude, if it's not too late, I want to be Flyinpie. And I was like, okay, we can do that. So
And
the
it
channel
worked
was
out well in
very...
the end.
Oh, sorry?
It worked out well in the end. I much prefer Flyinpie. I don't know why. It's a terrible name. I just got very used to it.
This channel
And
was
it's an
very,
interesting
very
one.
nearly Conart Mellow. It's
Yep.
kind of crazy.
What would our logo been then? It would have been crap.
Yeah, I think I'd have done something with a melon, because for some reason when I think of Conart Mellow and like our current logo...
I think
I'd
of
have-
marshmallows.
Do you?
Yeah, but then, yeah, it's just like, what do you do for that?
Yeah.
Whereas
I guess I'd have
Flyinpie,
just-
that's an interesting one.
Yeah. How can I run with mellow? Like, what do you think when you think of mellow? I guess, like you said, you think of marshmallows. I tend to think of melons, but for mellow, I guess I just think of kind of like hippie drug, like weed kind of scenarios. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like mellowed out, man.
Yeah. So basically, our thing would be like a hippie artist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like just the marijuana plant with Conart written on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
just imagine all the intros and all the jokes we'd have got out of that. Just like every recording was like, hello, you know, we're Conart and Mellow, man. Today we're playing some League of Legends. with the groovy Zillion skin.
Yeah. Yeah.
In an alternate universe somewhere, that is a reality. So I think that ends us for Slice of the Week 2, our second week, the second slice.
There's a lot of slices.
There are a lot of
This
slices
pie.
to this pie, yeah. Hopefully we can do this for at least half a year. Do you think we can do that? Like, well, that'd be like 25 days? 26, I guess.
I don't know.
26 slices of the week. I think we did this one quite well, honestly, considering it was like improv. I think we muddled our way through it pretty well.
Yeah.
It's a decent length.
We'll get better as well.
Yeah. Like, I think, like, I'll start writing things down in the week if I've got, like, interesting stories to tell or funny things happen. I'll, like, make a note of them.
You won't get anything better than Chicken Man.
Well, I've got however many slices there are to try and better Chicken Man, but
That
veggie
is
wrap.
that's the name of the episode, Chicken Man.
Chicken. Really, I was hoping to call it Veggie Wrap or the Veggie
Oh,
Wrap
really?
or something.
Yeah, Veggie Wrap.
Veggie Wrap. I like that a lot. But there it was. This was Slice of the Week 2, Veggie Wrap. If you enjoyed it, then please feel free to like, comment, favourite, share, and subscribe, and we will see you next time.
See ya.